Yo, what's up? Today, working on Rosie. Lots of things to do. Welcome to my makeshift garage. Figuring out how to make this J1772. Because this isn't great. We need a proper charge port that's safe and that I can use in public charging stations. What else? Oh yeah, we need to tighten up these windows because they all kind of suck. That one is like nearly impossible to go up and down now. This one is just very loose and annoying. Yeah, so let's get started. So we're going to take off this door panel so that we can tighten up this window. Easy, I hope. See how many clips we can lose. There's one. And break. Oh yeah, we do need to take that off. Not with a flat head. Unscrew the handle. Unscrew the window lever. Don't lose any screws. It's just popped off. It's supposed to. Pop. Just pop. I'd like it if he popped off. I have a pick. This was still unnecessarily hard, and I'm annoyed. But I got it. So now we can continue. So we remove the handle and lose every piece of it at the same time. Just kidding. And then I think this also covers something. Yes. The inner piece pops out. Then we have another screw. More pieces to lose. Okay. Now, that pops out. Now, keep popping these. Ta-da. Yeah. Let's just try and tighten up some things. Maybe put this handle back on so that I can roll the window down. See, it's like it doesn't go in the track straight. Oh yeah, real loose. Like, what is this? That doesn't look like something that can be tightened. It just looks old and worn out. Great. Okay. Can we guess why it's so loose? What is this? What? I need a nut. So I guess I'm going to the hardware store to get this set of washer and nut so I can put on this side. Yeah, fun. Got new hardware. Now we can tighten her up and put the door panel back together. This is a great improvement. You no longer have to assist it with your other hand. You can go up and down. Way better. Just needed a bolt. Easy. So this wasn't on my list of things to do, but I got this window seal back on. Big pain in the butt. I took it off last year when I put window tint, and I took it off not realizing how hard it is to put back on, but I did it. Now I just need to do all the other ones. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Well, got the second seal in. It was not easy. Had to take the window out, and in the process of taking the window out, I screwed up the outer trim, so had to fix that with the new screw. Yeah, got the seal in. Now to get the window back in without messing anything up again. Yeah, we'll see about that. So I'm actually going to be stealing something off of Ollie. Because he doesn't need it for the moment. This guy. It's what I use for the J1772 communication. Very simple. So, I did briefly have this adapter made and sort of working for Rosie to charge with J1772, where this just plugged into her existing inlet, and then I had this adapter kind of just like sitting inside the cabin, and then power from 12 volt. The only issue was that she was not made for J1772, and part of the initialization checks that a charger or EVSE does is it checks for like leakage current on ground. And in Rosie, there's a relay that is powered by the 120 or 240. And the way that the relay is wired, it uses the ground as a neutral, which is a no-no for how the EVSE checks the ground, because it's detecting a very tiny current. So it thinks you have like an isolation issue. So to solve that, I have a new relay. This is a 12-volt relay. So this charge port does not fit in the slot that the current inlet is at. So I think for now, I'm going to wire this so that this just sits in the frunk. I can either wire it permanently in there, or I just like take out this adapter and plug it in so I can charge with this. And I think that'll work. Then I can still use this plug at home, which is nice because I only have one EVSE, and I often have to charge both Rosie and the Tesla at the same time. So, yeah, that's the plan. So, I can't remember what each of these wires are. So I'm going to do a continuity check with the pins on the plug to see what each wire is before I connect it to the little controller thing. So we have our ground. Just put that in there. And I think it's that wire. Maybe it's not. It's the green. Okay, good thing I checked. So green is earth. Makes sense. The control pilot. No. Oh, am I touching it? No. Okay, what's happening? Control pilot is yellow. Control proximity detect is blue. That's not. This thing isn't waterproof in like any way, so I'm just gonna wrap it in tape. It'll be fine. Right? It'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Then our pilot, so this is like, oh yeah, so with J1772, the pilot, that's like your signal. It tells you, it's what the station uses to tell the car like how much current it can use, or if the station is paused or anything. And then the proximity detect, that is tied to the trigger on the charge handle, and that tells you, that like starts and stops the charger. So when you press the button, it opens the relays and stops the current so that there's no current flowing when you remove the handle. Very important. Yeah. This little module does have an option for controlling an external relay, which I might need, but I'm not sure yet. So I have that. It's great. I'm gonna wrap it in tape. This looks horrible. Okay. Hope this works. I found a path through the firewall, I guess. I actually can't call it a firewall because the engine's in the back. The engine was in the back, right. But I found a path through, and I successfully fished the wires through, that's great. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Yeah, perfect. So I actually got this to fit, and I'm able to close the door. Was not expecting that. It is sideways, but it fits, and it's not pretty. I'll make it pretty later. So back here, under the back seat is the low voltage battery, as well as the contactor box. And I haven't been able to open this, but I assume it's also the BMS. And mounted next to it in a very weird and inaccessible way is all the relays and fuses and things for the EV conversion. Yeah, this didn't come with a manual. I've tried my best to characterize all of these relays and things, but mostly unknowns. I have, however, identified the relay that I am planning to replace with this one. So I need to get this out far enough so that I can replace this, and then put it back in. And then attach my extra 12 volt connection over here. So got it out. Didn't disconnect the batteries, but just flipped it over, and got access to the relay board. Quite a bit going on. I'm pretty sure this is the relay I want, but I'm gonna have to double check with the wires that run up front. Yeah. So new plan with this guy. So I'm bringing 12 volts up. Yes, I brought ground because I forgot, but also the grounds on this old Beetle were probably not the best. But brought 12 volts up. That's going to power this guy all the time. And then on here there are relays, or normally open, normally closed. It's just one relay. And this is tied to the trigger on the charge port. So when you connect it, release the trigger, it switches this relay. And for that, I want to wire that to the relay in the relay area. And that's what turns on the battery and tells it to go into charging mode. So 12 volt supply here, switched supply there to go to the back. Yeah. The charge board is in and mounted, for now. So all I really need to do is connect all these wires, and then we can test it. Okay. All wired up. I'm not going to tape it this time because that was dumb, because I immediately undid it all. But just going to put that in that area. And now I need to splice together the big boys. These ones. Yep. Then we can test it. Because I don't have a heat gun, this is how I have to shrink my heat shrink, by lighting everything on fire. Great. Maybe I should get a heat gun. You know, it's just fire. It's fine. It's a little charred, but it shrunk. You know? Shrink more. Just a little bit more. Yum. Okay, it's fine. Alright, so connected to 12 volts, just temporarily, using these lovely Wago lever connector things. Really great. Just temporary with little alligator clips, but we have 12 volts up here. I have this guy, it's all wired up, and I'm testing with an EVSE, but it's not plugged in, so no power yet. But plug it in, it works. The battery has woken up. Awesome. And then if I press the trigger, you'll see this light turns off, and at the same time the probably can't hear it, but the contactors open back up. Yeah. So I'm going to try it with power now, but I'm going to leave the circuit breaker on the charger shut off, because I'm a bit worried about the timing, because the contactors on the pack need to be closed before the charger outputs power. Otherwise, the charger blows an internal fuse. Ask me how I know this. Anyways, that's why I have the circuit breaker shut off for now. I think it's gonna work, but yeah, we'll see. Also, for this test, I'm gonna use this guy. It's my Tesla wall charger unit with the universal one, with the adapter built in. These do have compatibility issues, so I'm kind of not expecting it to work, but it'd be really great if it did. Let's see. And nope. See if it takes a minute. I don't know what it's doing. Sweet. Does not work. Man. Yeah, it doesn't even want to try. Okay, we'll try the other one. Okay. It's a mess of extension cords, but I have this plugged in now. So let's try it. Nice. Flip the breaker. Oh shit, it's charging. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's try it again. Circuit breaker stays on. Sweet. Success. Big bummer, the universal charger is not actually universal. But yeah, that's exciting. Especially because this fits. I was not expecting that. I think I'm gonna come back with just some ugly sealant to fill in the holes all around it. But yeah, that's great. So I'm going to tidy up all the wires, zip tie them, secure them, swap that to some ring terminals for the 12-volt battery, and put it all together, and then we're gonna go test some public charging stations.